Let's take a look at problem number 8. This is an absolute value inequality, so let's refresh our memory on our formulas for that. There it goes. We have two different types. So let's get this written down. We have our first type, where we have the absolute value of something is less than something else. Now, the key is the absolute value has to be by itself. You can't have any numbers in front of it, can't have any numbers after it. And then the less than tells us we use this formula. If it looks like that, then we can rewrite it in this form. And then we have our second type, where we have the absolute value of something is greater than something else. Again, the absolute value has to be by itself, no numbers in front of it, no numbers after it. And if you got in that form, then you can rewrite it as P is less than negative Q, or P is greater than positive Q. Now, P and Q can be anything. Some people, when they work this, think this or means they can pick one or the other, and you can't. You have to plug it in both of those. So let's take a look at this problem. We got the absolute value of 2x plus 4 is greater than 4. Now, first thing we notice is the absolute value is by itself on the left side. There's no numbers in front of it, no numbers after it. The greater than symbol here tells us we're going to use type 2. We're going to plug in that formula. Now, what's inside the absolute value is our P. The other side is our Q. And our formula says P is less than negative Q, or P is greater than positive Q. So wherever there's a P, we'll plug in 2x plus 4, and wherever there's a Q, we'll plug in 4. So we've got 2x plus 4 is less than negative 4, or 2x plus 4 is greater than a positive 4. Now at this point, these are linear inequalities, and you just follow your steps there. I'll do the one on the left first. First step, get rid of parentheses, don't have any. Second step, get rid of fractions, don't have any. Third step, get everything with an x on the left side, numbers on the right side. So I'll take the 4 over to the right side. If you take anything across the inequality symbol, the sign changes, so the positive 4 becomes a negative 4. No matter what, combine together like terms, combine together numbers at any step. Negative 4 is negative 8. And fourth step, last step, is divide both sides by the number in front of your x, which is 2. So divide both sides by 2. And those 2's going to cancel there. And negative 8 divided by 2 gives us negative 4. Well, let's solve the other one. First step, get rid of parentheses, don't have any. Second step, get rid of fractions, don't have any. Third step, get everything with an x on the left side, numbers on the right. So I'll take the 4 over, and it becomes a negative 4. Combine together numbers in any step. 4 minus 4 is 0. Last step, divide both sides by the number in front of your x, which is a 2. And those 2's cancel. Leaves us x. And 0 divided by 2 is 0. And there's an or between this. Now, sometimes the answer is written that way with set builder notation, the curly brackets around it, x with a vertical bar. Sometimes it's interval notation, just to show you the different types. Set builder is real easy. Put curly brackets, and then you put in whatever you find, like that right there. And then you put an x with a vertical bar here. This reads a set of all x values such that, that's what that vertical bar reads, such that x is less than negative 4 or x is greater than 0. Now, if I write this in interval notation, x is less than negative 4 would look like this. Since it's less than negative 4 and not less than or equal to, that's why there's parentheses here. And there's always parentheses on infinities because we never reach that. Now, x is greater than 0 would look like this. Again, same idea. Parentheses on the 0 because this is a greater than versus a greater than or equal to. And or is union in the interval notation. Well, let's go see what our answer is like. It's probably in graph, the one I didn't do. Nope. Set builder. Okay. So x such that x is less than negative 4 or X is greater than 0. It looks like B is in Bill. So let's go check that. 8B. And that checks out. Now, one last thing I want to mention on this formula is this is just a less than and a greater than. But if you had less than or equal to or greater than equal to, like a line underneath it like this, the only change is there'd be lines underneath it like that. If this was a greater than or equal to, excuse me, this would be a less than or equal to, and this would be a greater than or equal to. Usually books don't put both of them in there because it's assumed that they're just interchangeable like that.